Hey guys, it's Glenn from the Functional Movement Club here, and today we're just going to go through our go-to warm-up for 19.3. So it's a chipper workout, which means it's going to be long, it's going to be a lot of reps, depending on how deep you get into it. But either way, you want to sort of open up as much range of motion as possible, improve your overhead stability, and then we also want to be making sure that our joints are stacked over each other as much as possible in all those positions. Because the more we can stack those joints, the more efficient we're going to be and able to control that weight, and the less muscle less stress we're going to be putting through those muscles, which we're going to need for every one of those last reps in the next 10 minutes. So here's our go-to warm-up. We're going to start off with a butcher's stretch, then we're going to go into some bottom up overhead farmer's carries. It's a tongue twister, but it's actually easier to do than say. Then we're going to go into some bottom-up shoulder presses, again reinforcing a bit of that shoulder stability. Then we're going to go into some box step overs with a little bit of weight just to open up those hips and get them moving. So guys, the first stretch we're going to go into, or we want to start off with, is the butcher stretch. So we want to be opening up sort of the posterior shoulder muscles or back shoulder muscles. So we're talking more like your triceps and your lats. If you want to do it, just grab a box. We're going to be using it for the rest of the warm-up anyway. Then you can also grab a broomstick, or you can grab a weight, whichever one you prefer. It doesn't really matter too much. So we're just going to go out, popping the elbows up on the box, let that head drop down between the arms if you can. From there you want to make sure you're keeping the ribs tucked under, and then you're just going to be slightly trying to press the shoulders into the floor and bringing that broomstick all the way back towards the back of the shoulders as much as possible. And again, we should be feeling this down through the triceps or through the lats, but we're just opening up that overhead position to make sure that we can stack our joints as much as possible, and trying to make those lunges and the handstand push-ups and the handstand walks, if you're lucky enough to get there, as efficient as possible. So you just want to hang out in this position for about a minute. Once you're done, then you can sort of open up the arms, lift up, and then move into the rest of our activation sequences. So now to get a little bit of activation going, we're going to start off with the bottom up overhead farmer's carries. So grab a moderate weight for these. You want to be starting to warm up the shoulders, but you also want to be working on a little bit of shoulder stability. So we'll just press it up overhead, holding the kettlebell by the handle. It's going to sort of get those shoulder stabilizers switched on. We're just going to do a 10-meter walk overhead, then we'll come back. We go into 10 shoulder presses to keeping it bottom up. That way we're sort of just working on that shoulder stability. That way when we're lunging, we're not getting too many rude shocks with the weight wobbling around. Then we're going to change arms. Again, 10 meters overhead, trying to work on stacking those joints as much as possible, making this overhead movement as stable and as energy efficient as possible. Then into our shoulder presses. And finally, starting to warm up a bit of those hips, we're just going to do some box step overs, so stepping up and down, opening up those hips, making sure that we're driving through those glutes, just to make sure that we're using the right muscles and moving as efficiently as possible. Once you've done 10 on one side, change it up, and we'll go other side, up with the heels, coming down, warming up those hips, getting them used to a few step overs. If you like, you can change over the kettlebell, just so that you're working that diagonal pattern and incorporating a bit more trunk stability into it. So after you've done that, have a little bit of a breather, go through, hit a second round, and then you should be ready for 19.3.